Hey everybody, Erica Serwin here from Pink Buckaroo Designs. This week I'm playing with the Sweetest Star bundle and I'm going to show you how to make a baker's box. I didn't design this box for anything in particular. It's a pretty big box. I was thinking because of the sentiment, baking spirits bright, you might want to put some of your homemade goodies in here. I would just make sure that you wrap them in some kind of bag, cello, whatever, and then put that inside because you don't want, like the grease spots to come through your cardstock. Or, just go buy some candy and put it in there too. It'd be super cute. Okay, let's make the box first. You're gonna need a whole piece of Pretty in Pink cardstock, 8.5 by 11. Now there's a free PDF over on my blog with these measurements, so make sure you hop over there and grab it. On the long side, we're gonna score it at 1/2 inch, 4 inches, 5 3/4, and 9 1/4. Then you're going to turn it to the short side and score it at 3/4, 2 1/2, 6 3/4, and that's it. Now go back to the long side and you see where you have these squares right here. Up above those, we're going to make a tick mark, the halfway point, and the halfway point is 7/8. Okay, this is a 1 3/4 inches across, so the halfway point is 7/8. So then just line this one up at, like the 6 and put a little tick mark at the 7/8, 6 7/8. All right, now we need to make this part right here where it pinches in. So I've got my ruler and I'm gonna go from this corner right here up to that tick mark, and I'm gonna make a score line like that. And then I'm gonna do the same thing right here, bottom corner, and then up to that tick mark. Okay, you're making like a triangle. Then do the same thing over here, like that. Okay, now lots of burnishing here, and the first thing I want you to do is take this line right here, and we're gonna fold it this way. Okay, fold it out, and then fold this one in. All right, and then fold this one in. That way you can see how it's going to go together. That's going to kind of go in and go up. Make sure you fold these, because if you forget, it gets a little tricky once it's put together. You can just pinch those with your finger. It's a little bit hard to get in there with a bone folder. All right, and then we need to do these across, and you're just going to fold them all in. Like that. Now, before we assemble it, let's take a look. We're gonna take this is where we're gonna put our adhesive on the skinny edge, and we're gonna adhere it like this. Now, I always like to make that the back of my box. So right here is gonna be the front of our box. We're gonna put the pattern paper here. Right here, we're gonna stamp those snowflakes. So I've got my Pretty in Pink ink pad and my stamp. I'm also gonna get some grid paper. I've done this 2 different ways. I've done stamping off and I've done full strength ink. I think I like the stamping off better. It's a little bit lighter. So I'm just gonna stamp that, stamp, stamp again, stamp off. And I'm just kind of turning the stamp each time. Now I don't want it to get over on this side. So what you can do is take, some scratch paper and put it right there. And then stamp off and stamp. All right, and we might as well carry that design up here at the top. So let's do that. And this is just gonna kind of blend in and just give you a little bit of extra, oomph. All right, now the only thing you're gonna cut off of this is this little rectangle right here. So take your paper snips and cut that off like that. All right, now I'm gonna switch over to my bigger scissors. Along the same bottom side, we're gonna trim these lines right here. And you can cut skinny corners off of these tabs if you want. That will help your box go together a little bit. I'm really bad about cutting on the outside of the score line, which then makes your paper just a little bit, too big on the outside, so sometimes I have to trim that, and I cannot get this one to trim. There we go. That's why I like to cut the corners off of these tabs. It does help with that. All right, now grab your tear and tape or your adhesive of choice and run that there, okay? Then we're gonna take this. Uh-oh, I laid my scissors down on my ink. Not a good idea. All right, now fold that in like that. All right, and then we're gonna take the bottom of the box, fold the sides and then the back, and then you wanna fold in the front flap. Now, depending on the weight of your, you know, whatever you're putting in here is gonna depend on how much adhesive you wanna put in. All right, so fold that up. All right, so there, that's what it looks like. Now take it and pinch it. All right, kind of bend everything to your will, and there you go. Now I'm gonna use my Crop-A-Dile, my old Crop-A-Dile, and I'm gonna punch holes through the top up here to hold it closed. We're gonna use some ribbon. And of course we have pretty and pink ribbon. Cut your ribbon off at a long angle like that. That'll help you get it through those holes. Like that. I know I've got too much ribbon here, but I'm just going for it. All right, then just get your bow fancy. Get it right in the center. Boy, I wasted a lot of ribbon. I don't like doing that. All right, there we go. Now, I have got, if I can remember where I put all of my things, I've got a piece of basic white. Again, I can't remember the measurements off the top of my head. I think it's 3 3/8 by 4 3/8. Check that PDF. And then a piece of take a bow, designer series paper, and we're gonna attach this to the front of our box. It looks like my piece, yeah, no, it's the right size. There we go. All right, now for the star of the show, Mrs. Claus. Let me grab my Memento Black. I was inspired to use pink and red together. I was at Bath & Body Works. You can see my other video where I used a gingerbread hand sanitizer holder with a set. And there was something that had candy canes and it had a pink background. And I thought, well, that would be really, really cute for Mrs. Claus, wouldn't it? So I gotta pull over my chair so I can sit down. I color better when I sit. So I thought that would be really, really good for Mrs. Claus. All right, let's see. I'm gonna try to zoom this camera in. Here we go. I'm gonna start with, let's start with dark. Now, this is the difficult part right here. Going around this lace on her apron. Go very slowly and get in between each of those scallops. The reason I'm starting with the dark here, oops, I just got out of line. The reason I'm starting with the scallops here is because, with the dark, it's because we're gonna wanna put a shadow underneath this apron, and I don't wanna have to do this, go around the scallop twice. So if I went with my light first, I'd have to go back with my dark. So, there's a lot of different theories on blending and coloring. I like to start with my light and then add in my shadows. Some people do the opposite. So for this project, I'm doing it that way. All right, take your light and just blend that color out. Okay. She's very cute, Mrs. Claus. All right, we'll do this part down here. For some reason, I thought make sure I have the right color. All right, again, let's start with a dark over here. And I'm gonna put a shadow line like that. You want to work in small areas so that your ink doesn't dry before you're done, so that it will blend. You could color her red if you want, traditional color. Okay, now I'm going to add a dark color right above that. We'll go up like that. And blend. Now I'm not going to put a shadow line here because this is the top of her. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but I'm just going to use the light. Keep it light up top. Sorry about the squeaking. Some of my markers squeak and some of them do not. I'm not sure the difference. Alrighty, there we go. Now I'm going to take real red dark and I'm going to put that right across there. I'm going to leave her apron totally white. Okay, and then I've got smoky slate light for her hair. Okay, and then you can come back and add in a little bit of dark there if you want. Like that. For her face, I've got petal pink light. I'm going to do her hands. And then I'll do her face. If you want to give her some rosy cheeks, use the dark petal pink or whichever skin tone colors you want. All right, last I'm going to take my Wink of Stella and make her glittery. Okay. There we go. Isn't she the cutest? All right, now the best part of this bundle is the punch. And I'm going to punch her right out. Don't you love a punch? You don't even have to get out of your seat to cut her out. Okay, let's bring back our scratch paper, our grid paper. And I'm going to do these snowflakes across here like this, stamping off each time like that. We're going to take Mrs. Claus and put her right there like that. Now for our sentiment, we're going to emboss with white embossing powder. So I'm going to rub it first with my embossing buddy. You want the flag pointing out to the left. I'm going to stamp that kind of to the left side of the banner so I can tuck the right side behind her. All right. White embossing powder. Use your reverse tweezers. Let's get all of this out of the way. And get your heat tool, heat it up. Get this ugly grid paper out of here. Another dimensional. Tuck that behind her. And then, of course, our peppermints are back in stock. Hooray! Get some of those peppermints. They're the cutest embellishments I think we've ever had. And they already have adhesive on them, which is even better. All right. All you have to do now is stick this right here, and if you want, add a few more embellishments to Mrs. Claus or to Mrs. Claus's box. And there you go. All right, you guys, now you can see there's not a big difference between stamping and stamping off. You decide. All right, you guys, have fun making your Christmas treats. Make sure you get that free PDF. Hop to my blog. There's a free PDF and 2 other Sweetest Star projects, and let me know if you have questions. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.